everyone, my name is PearlescentMoon and welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 9, Episode 46. Welcome back to another beautiful day on the Hermitcraft server. It is gonna be a busy buildy kind of episode today. And straight away, you may have noticed that something may be a little bit different with my skin. It's been a hot minute since we wore these clothes, but I thought the occasion was fitting for how we're gonna be starting the episode today. Let's just take off these little bits of armor pieces here, and yes, indeedy, I am back in my alien investigator suit that we have not seen for quite a few episodes now. We are gonna be bringing some attention back to this lovely mega base of mine that kind of has been a little bit slow in development recently, and we're falling back into developing the story of my landscape by finally building the enclosure for our beautiful sniffers right here. They're having the time of their lives in this hospital, I'm telling you. And I'm gonna have to break the doors down to get them out, but that's fine. We'll get you. They'll get a place of their own, won't ya? Oh, you're adorable. So basically, I'm like, well, this isn't really cleaner lady business, so I figured I'd get suited up for this occasion. So of course, like I mentioned at the very end of the last episode, I've also been doing some clearing out of the area that we're going to be building in, which is just behind our big weird sci-fi looking tower over here. I've gotten rid of all of the spruce trees, and I pretty much just need to kind of flatten this area out just a little bit so we have a good place to put our brand new structure that's going to be appearing. My idea kind of turned out a little bit bigger than I was anticipating, but it's fine. It's gonna look great. Originally, I was thinking a bit of like a dome-like structure in this place that would fit quite well kind of with the sci-fi theme that I've going on, but it just kind of wasn't really working in my brain, and I thought maybe we could change it around to more of like a cylindrical PvP arena type style, but you know, of course, more in line with a sniffer enclosure. Around the sides, we could have some supporting buildings to go around it to fit it into the environment a lot more, and I was also thinking the entry is going to be on this side rather than the side facing into the forest, which is what I was thinking of doing in the past. It's just designing an entry over here that was kind of a little bit more hidden away is a bit trickier. So I was kind of thinking, you know what, why don't we just stick it around this side, and we're going to do a bit of terraforming around here so we can make the path go around the landscape. I think this is going to be an interesting design, and I hope we can make it work. Alas, because this area is so large, it means the structure is going to be absolutely massive, and that also means I need to be grinding out some more resources in order to get this thing built. And because I gotta grind out those resources as well as build the building, I think I'm gonna chuck you guys straight into a time lapse nice and early in the episode. So grab your popcorn, put your feet up, and enjoy the time lapse. Rollin'! In the wacky, colourful, alien chunk of land, the architecture develops once again. My beautiful, adorable sniffers now have, officially, a building of their own, this big thing right behind me. Given, I will just add a quick note here that due to the scale of the building, I did actually decide to split this into two parts. So today I've built the exterior, and either in the next episode or the one after that, I promise you, we'll make the proper interior for it to give them a full environment. But let's give you a rundown of what they have to explore right now. First off, one of the big expansions that I did mention I was gonna do is the fact that I had to do a whole new section of terraforming. This whole cliff face in the corner right here had to be expanded in order to accommodate that path that goes around the edge of it. So I've added some quite boulder-like shapes to really bolster it up and really feel like it's supporting that pathway that they've made. And with the new addition, I must say that path actually fits in there quite well and natural. And honestly, all it needs at this point is just a little bit of that texturing that I've added down here, and we just gotta spread it on down there. But I'll do that when I do the interior of the actual building as well. Walking up to the front entrance, you can see that I've expanded where the trees have come to, and I've decided to put a few more of our beautiful colorful ones to the right-hand side of our entrance. And I think over time, when I expand the terrain fully out the back here, I'm going to continue to expand that forest even more and really kind of brighten up this side of the landscape. Now, if I can give you guys a good view while I'm flying overhead, as you can see, this is the giant cylindrical style shaped building I was talking about. From above, I feel like it could definitely be mistaken for a PvP arena, but I gotta say that one of the main inspirations for this one was actually kind of like Jurassic Park, some of the more recent movies that they've created these days. I wanted to make it look like it's kind of an enclosure, but also have these buildings on the side that act as observatory pieces for the actual space. At the end of the day, this is of course the human civilization story and how they discovered the land and decided to settle on here. This is the building they've created in order to discover what kinds of animals and creatures they'll face on this particular terrain. The buildings right now, as you can see, they're textured, but they're pretty bland, so that's all gonna come when we do the proper interior details of the enclosure itself. From the outside, I've done a whole bunch of supports in blackstone to add a little bit of grungy contrast to the place with our oranges and blues and greys in general, and it all gives me a very kind of industrial slash sci-fi-esque type of style to it, and honestly I quite like it, and it matches what we've already got here with our color palette for specifically the human civilization. The main pieces to note when it comes to building my mega base is that the alien pieces tend to pop out a little bit more in contrast and in shape, whereas the human civilization kind of blends in and becomes one with the landscape. And I think that in itself creates a bit of a beauty in the separation between the two pieces coming together. Either way, let's walk inside the building. So we got this giant big front gate here. I've got the colors of the sniffer to identify the front of the building. And in general, I've also used some grindstones to act almost as like hinges for the door itself. But it's all a ploy because you just go through these mini ones down the bottom. But you walk in here, and it honestly does feel like a giant arena of some sort that you can fight in. And maybe you can. I'm not going to stop someone from doing that. Oh, hi Skelly, how you doing? When I do the interior of this, it is going to be beautiful and lush and green and really match the vibe that the Sniffers put across. But for now, I've got this set up in a way that I get to show you how it's going to work. So essentially, I've got this little cylindrical box in the middle because I'm going to make it an auto farm to pick up all those little seed pieces that the Sniffers dig out of the ground. Allays are going to be flying around here and picking up anything that the Sniffers dig up and then bring it to the centerpiece there, which is going to have a bunch of chests in it that's going to collect everything. The building has a roof on it so that the allays don't fly away, and this should be a decent sized area that the Sniffers have plenty of room to walk around, but the allays can still pick everything up that they need to. With that explanation out of the way, I need to go sleep and get these mobs out of here because I have not mob-proofed this place with some light, and we're going to go grab the Sniffers and bring them in here anyway to be able to walk around. They've been cramped in that hospital for far too long, so it's time to set them free, even though this might not be completely done. You know, I think this guy is completely ready to leave at this point, so much so that he is basically through the door already. Yes, I know I stink. I'm sorry. I've been working on your building for a while, my bad. But the hospital bay is where my beds are, so sorry, you'll have to deal with my smell for now. Alrighty, I've got some leads. It's time for you guys to go to your new home. Yes, that's right, my little upside down buddy. You're adorable. But I've got to smash these down because you guys are a little too thick to fit through the door otherwise. Come on, let's go. Time for it to go for a walkie. All right, we all made it? We're all outside? Okay, good. Okay, this is going to be a painful experience, isn't it? I can already tell. Maybe I should only take 2 at once. Yep, okay. Look, whoever's leads break at this point, you're staying behind. All right, there's 2 behind. I'm taking 2 at once. It's fine. Okay, I've had to take 1 at a time. Their leads keep breaking. I swear leads are the biggest pain in Minecraft that I constantly dislike. Does anyone else share my pain? It's quite a nice walk through this little forest here. I'm not gonna lie. I really love the immersion that this adds. But hello, Sniffer number 1. Come see your new home. That's one of the main problems. Sir, did you just pop out a little thing? You did. You gave me some torch flowers. Well, thank you very much. And you now fit right. No. You're coming in here. You don't need to go out there. This is your brand new home. And you've already given me a torch flower to settle in. And look, I've also got you some friends. You see, we have a lovely little sheep over here that's decided to make his way in, as well as there is a cow somewhere. Moo. Oh, there he is. He's over in the corner over there. You got 2 new friends. It's okay. I'll bring up your brothers and sisters too. But welcome to your new home. Dunk. Okay, I need to go get the rest of you now. Wait, is this guy gonna find some? Oh, you found some torch flowers for me too. Thanks, dude. Come on, you come with me. You're next. Where did the upside down one go? Hello. Okay, you've given me a pitcher pot as well. My gosh, they're digging up so much stuff. Okay, you know what? If you want to come too, feel free to come with me as well. Sniffers 2 and 3, welcome to your brand new home. Now we're just gonna get this little guy. Come on, you've got this. Oh, right as we're walking. Who's gonna give me something as well? Which one is it? Another picture pod! Okay, thanks, dude. Oh my gosh. You are so cute. Thanks, buddy. And Sniffer number 4. Oh, okay, yep, never mind. There's the leads breaking again, as per usual. Come on, Sniffer number 4. Well, there we go. Welcome to your new home, buddy. Oh, there we go. Look at you. Oh, you're all beautiful. You're all kind of in one area, even though you've got this giant zone to run around in. But look at that. So much space for activities. And when this space is fully decorated, this is gonna be so cool to see all the Lays and the Sniffers at work digging up all of these ancient flowers that we can use in our build. But like I said at the very start of the episode, or at least I believe I said it if my memory serves me correctly, this is very much gonna be a buildy episode for today. The next buildy portion of the episode takes us to Scarland, and what a wonderful and beautiful place that this is. Like, just look at that front entrance that he has made. It is so good. I did not realize that said thank you on this side. Wow. I love the text size. I love the building shape. He's got the front gates there and everything. And even a little jelly, ready to greet guests at the front. That is so very cool. But anyway, you guys remember a couple episodes back, we built our cleaning lady offices in Scarland. There are a few empty rooms left behind there, and it is very much time for us to finish those up today and really complete that building. However, that also means I should probably change my clothes. There we are, that's much more fitting. And don't forget to practice your health and safety by putting on your beautiful Scarland construction. Oh no, I just put it down. Yes, like I was saying, wear your hard hat for safety, everybody. And now we can properly get to the rest of the interior in this place. Thanks for a lot of wonderful suggestions from you guys in that particular episode that I made this building. I now have some very good ideas on what kind of stuff we can put in our remaining rooms. In terms of this little room under the stairs, you guys mentioned would be a good place to put a toilet. It'll make for easy access for anyone working in the building, and they don't have to run up and down stairs all the time in order to get to it. And I think that's a fantastic idea. Now, seeing as we already had a time lapse today, we are gonna bit bat boop a lot of these rooms straight from start to finish. Because as you can see, we are done with the room already. And now the workers have an easy bathroom for quick access. Moving on to the next room, we have one on the right-hand side over here that could do with some attention. With this room, there was quite a few suggestions actually that we could make a supply closet. Seeing as this is the cleaning lady office, we can't just have a factory floor, right? We need a place that we're gonna get all the cleaning supplies from, so I thought that suggestion was absolutely fantastic. And now you shall look into my face as future Pearl builds the room. At least, that's what past Pearl would have hoped for, and wished, and wanted to be true. Unfortunately, present Pearl isn't so smart sometimes, and decided to put a respawn anchor down for a decoration and fill it with glowstone, and then went to put something on top of it and clicked and exploded the entire room. Oh no. Okay, the hat survived. Maybe just don't decorate with respawn anchors, alright? Don't do that. At least not in the overworld. Now I gotta fix this. As you can see, no explosions happened, not at all. It's all perfectly intact and perfectly interior decorated. Ah, wonderful. Look at this storage room. No holes were here whatsoever. But yes, there we go. There is my little completed cleaning lady storage room for all my supplies, and I've decided to even add a little dragon egg on display here, seeing as they're just trash on the server now, so it's perfectly fitting. I did initially want to put the respawn anchor underneath there because it would have a beautiful purple particle effect. However, now they scare me, so it's just sitting atop a shrieker that's gonna scream at you every time you stand on it. Much less scary. And of course, we've just used some of these lovely chiseled bookshelves here to make it look like there is kind of like any kind of bottles and brushes or whatever the cleaning lady needs on the shelf right here that we can just grab. But you all know they're just books, mostly trashy books. And then we all need just a little cart that we can cart all the supplies around in, so that's what we've got here as well. So nice and quaint and cute. Now the downstairs rooms are done, let's go upstairs. We have one room behind my main office that needs an interior decoration, but we've also got this room off to the left here, which a few people mentioned could be a nice like staff break room. And I 100% agree. So I'm gonna faceplant the wall, hope that nothing explodes, and we're gonna make a break room. And boop bap bip, we now have a break room with a little table in the corner, some chairs they can sit at. We have the company fridge right there in the corner where they can put their lunches, the sink, and also, of course, the coffee machine that is not a brewing stand. Imagination at its finest. And moving myself into my office right here, there is one more room for us to do, and that's this big empty one right behind my desk. Out of all the comments suggesting what I could put back here, I think one of my favorite ones was actually kind of like a document storage. So typically in offices, you might find like a file room with a bunch of drawers and paperwork in it, and I think that could be a really good spot that would very much fit the main office. So thank you everybody for that suggestion. Future Pearl is currently working on the office right now. Please hold. And we now have the final room of our cleaning lady offices finally complete. Unfortunately, we don't have any like special armor stand decorations in here, so maybe that's something I can ask people about to get some extra little pizzazz in this room, but here's the office. We've got file cabinets right here with some barrels for any extra documents I wish to put in. And I've also got a bit of a fridge and bench section with a little table just in case I want to come in here for a little snack and go through some documents at the same time. I think it's a nice little cozy breakaway room and works pretty well. And with that last room now done, it is time for us to close the doors on our time in Scarland, at least just for today. Let's hang up our hat and move on to the next project. This weekend, there is a big event happening on the server that everyone is very hyped for and has been building up to fruit this entire season. Many may already know what I'm referring to here, but if you don't, let's introduce you to my snowy server neighbor, Tango. Yes, they're very close, I know, right? Blimey. Tango has been working on an absolutely huge game called Decked Out for a while now, and it's actually the sequel to its earlier version in a previous season. This place is honestly absolutely insane, and you can see it's also got some touches of Warden to it in the design, which is honestly amazing. I love that. Now, on top of how gorgeous it is and the fact that it's related to an earlier season, I haven't actually played the previous piece, so it's all very, very new to me, and at this stage, I cannot really explain the game myself due to that. You may remember that we also built a room in the game's dungeon some episodes ago, and now the game is ready to have its initial release to the server on Saturday. Everyone is super hyped to play, including me. However, first things first, Decked Out has this massive main hall area that everyone will be storing their game pieces in. There is enough space in this hall for all the hermits to pick their own particular room. And Tango has mentioned that on top of having our own room, we also get to decorate it. A few people have already decorated their own rooms by the looks of it, so it's time to decorate our own, which is going to be right here near the main entrance, near the entrance to the dungeon. That's the area you're going to go when you want to actually play, and that is spooky, but being right next to it, that's going to grant us some easy and quick, efficient access. So we've got a couple of shulker boxes in here. I guess this is what we're going to be using to play Decked Out later. I have no idea what all this stuff does, but I'm sure we'll find out. And it has been mentioned that we can also break... maybe not that much, ignore that happened, but we can break the walls and change them to whatever we want to really match the theme that we want to do for our own space. So first things first, what better way to decorate my room than to go with the cleaning lady colors, the beautiful green and orange. We got to keep it on theme. There we go, we have our initial wall with the orange and green, and you know I had to chuck a little bit of the skulk in there for our, alien origins in our mega base. The next bit I want to do is we're going to chuck in some spruce ceilings and jungle floors, because that's pretty typical in my structures that I build as well. Being very careful not to destroy the redstone as well, because that would be a little bit awkward. Just like that, with a little bit of a transition between the skulk and the actual jungle pieces themselves, with the packed mud, the moss, and the beautiful Nylium. That's right, I barely use Nylium in builds nowadays, but I think that works quite well. And then saving the best for last, we're going to be putting some foliage in here. You all know a polo has to have a foliage. Ooh, ow. I pulled a muscle. Oh dear. Oh, I pulled a muscle. I'm finishing my Decked Out room and I pulled a muscle. Oh boy. There we have it, a beautiful new room decorated and ready to go for decked out. And you know what? Look at that. With our new place for the sniffers, I had to use some of our pitcher pods in here as well. And this is an absolutely gorgeous flower that I can't wait to put around our own base. Got some of our beautiful alien touches with the skulk and the nether plants in general, combined with your regular overworld azalea and moss combination that we usually do. And I've even put some extra details on the walls with some acacia signs. And I think it really adds just a little bit of an extra detail depth. To add a little bit to the cleaner lady, we had to put some pots in here as if there was stuff stacked up and ready to be used as well. And boy, am I ready to play Decked Out. Unfortunately, I can't play Decked Out on opening night because I won't be available, but I will be playing Decked Out on Monday as soon as possible. So that means our next episode is going to have a Decked Out run or two, and we're gonna see what this game is all about. However, unfortunately, everybody, that marks the end of the episode for today. I did say it was going to be quite a buildy episode today, and it very much was. I usually like to kind of interact with the hermits in my episodes. However, there was just a lot of things going on that we really had to attend to. And hey, next episode is going to be absolutely filled. So I hope today was still okay. I'm really happy with how much we got done. We finally got that sniffer building started. We've done the cleaner lady building, and we've even chosen our place in Decked Out. Thank you everybody so very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Ooh, pitcher pod. And if you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I hope you had an absolutely wonderful day, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Oh, that next one's gonna be fun. Let's do it. I'm ready. See you next time, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.